Taurus, Taurians, my fellow Venus-ruled sign. My mother is a Taurus in the later part of the season. Third decan, that's where her sun will be, or is, her natal sun. I have a sister who is a Taurus moon. Okay, my other sister is a Capricorn moon. How about that? Just realized that. Hopefully she's right with the birth time. So Taurus, I hope that you guys liked your loving proof reading from this afternoon. You know, I have been going through it emotionally and just dealing with some changes and some things that have been like stripped away. Very, very Plutonian. Saturn and Pluto are conjunct now. Saturn and Pluto are conjunct in my natal chart. So, and they're in my first house. So I am always influenced by where they are. And right now, they are together for me, and they haven't been that way for 35 years, and I'm 35. So your cards are laid out here. I haven't seen any of the cards. I'm using the Native American Tarot deck, and I will show you the back of the card without looking at the card that's at the bottom of the deck. This is what the back of them look like. So sometimes I confuse them with the front of the card. All right. Let's see what the card is at the bottom of the deck for you, Taurus. The Warrior of Vessels. The Warrior of Vessels is the Knight of Cups. Let me show you. Here he is, darling. So, this is mutable water energy, and it's Pisces. It could be 1/3 Aquarius, so you might be dealing with a Pisces, or you might be dealing with an Aquarius. This is someone coming towards you, perhaps, that might be offering you some sort of love or some kind of understanding, or maybe it's a peace offering, Taurus. Or this could be, you know, someone that you know that might be helping you with the situation that you might be uh, troubled with, or you might be feeling some kind of opposition towards something, and this person is going to allow you to see or use or exercise a level of compassion within yourself. They are going to show you how to be compassionate towards whatever situation or scenario that you might be facing. This is a person, and it could be someone coming in and, you know, being a new love interest for you. If you're already with a love interest, this could just be, you know, a situation that might be intimidating you in terms of like how you are going to show love. You might be feeling like you are responsible to show someone some level of compassion right now, and you might be intimidated at that responsibility or by the responsibility of having to be there for someone, because you feel like you might be affected by their emotional process, because you might be feeling quite empathic, or you might just be feeling sensitive towards this person's circumstances. So you therefore are just as intimidated, right? This person does need you to show them that you do care, because, you know, if you didn't, maybe you are important to this person, and when they feel some kind of way, or they feel like they are suffering, or they feel like they need compassion from you, if you don't give it to them, then they might be hurt by that, not by you, but just by that. Sometimes, you know, we have a responsibility to just take care of others by way of showing emotional support, and that itself is enough for them to be satisfied with us handling the situation or helping them with it. So that's probably what's going on. You've got to nurture some situation that you might be feeling intimidated by, and this could be a person that you need to nurture or help. Um, Also, this is kind of like love coming in and you being a little bit hopeful for it, you know. I did give you a love reading earlier, but this is a cup, so it is talking about emotions. It's mutable, so you're adapting to a change. It's an influence, right? There's something that's very influential here. This could be a person that is highly influential in terms of your emotions. Hello. Oh my God, I love you. Really, that is amazing. And wow, thank you. Because I feel like I have done that I haven't done that for anyone ever, really, but I'm a Libra and I have a Cancer moon, and I've tried to help so many people that ultimately did not want my help, and I suffered from that. You know what I mean? So I understand what it is like to feel like you've given your all and you want to give up on giving anything. Don't give up on yourself. Life is hard, it is a struggle. And, this could be you experiencing the emotions within your life. I mean, like, look at him. He's been through a lot, right? And he is a knight, he's a warrior, so he has to stay strong. He's feeling things, he's feeling a lot of things. But Taurus, you definitely feel like you have to stay strong regardless of what you are experiencing, because you're a fixed sign, and the fixed signs are really put to the test sometimes, right? You guys are. You really are put to the test because you are set within your season. You know what I mean? So then it's kind of like you're very reliable. So people depend on you. And sometimes that could be a little intimidating for you. And you have an emotional reaction towards that, although you still show up every time. You know what I mean? You're one of the most reliable zodiac signs. You are ruled by Venus, you know? And I'm not saying because you're ruled by Venus, you're reliable. I'm saying you're actually ruled by Venus and you're reliable. That's great. They don't really say that much about Libra. That. Um, so now let's flip over the card that's at the center of your reading, which is going to explain your current energy and where you are now. The matriarch of shields. Okay, so we have a vessel, so cups, and now we have a shield, which is pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This is you, actually. So this is saying that you might be initiating something in terms of providing something for some people. This is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, and this reading, it's you, Taurus, but you are definitely making an effort. You're definitely showing up. Like I said, you're very reliable. You're making an effort. You're nurturing the situation. Before I said that you might be feeling intimidated at nurturing someone's emotions, or you might be feeling intimidated by the way that you feel within a process that you are trying to get some satisfaction out of, or you are trying to get some resolution from, because this warrior of vessels is mutable, and the mutable signs are trying to resolve something so that you can actually turn things over, right? You're trying to get somewhere, and this warrior is definitely feeling like he's experiencing an obstacle that he doesn't know how to defeat. You know what I mean? So he's feeling quite saddened by that prospect of not being able to achieve something, or not being able to resolve something emotionally. You feel like you put enough energy into it, or you're putting in a significant amount of effort and energy into this thing. You might be wanting to like give someone something. Maybe you want to let somebody have some money, or you want to offer someone something that is going to help support them in a meaningful way, in a substantial way, right? Could be monetarily. You could be offering something to someone that they will benefit from this offering that you give to them. And it's a show of your heart, right? But it is also showing how strong and reliable you are. And you're very dependable, and it's almost like this person may have come to you and asked you, or you may have known that this person wanted to ask you or confide in you about something, and maybe you're going to initiate that thing without them having to do that. Because if I can't show you the way the spread looks right now, but the matriarch of vessels is in the reading and she's looking in the opposite way. She's looking this way, right? And she's like, oh, I have all of these things that I can offer you. I feel good about offering them to you, you know, and this person is looking in the opposite direction, feeling like they have nowhere to go or nowhere to turn. And they're kind of like and stuck in between a rock and a hard place. I think I said that in your love reading earlier today. If you haven't seen the loving proof reading for May, Taurus, go ahead and look at that after you watch this video. They're separate readings. Okay, so that's who you are in this reading. Matriarch of Vessels, Capricorn. It could actually even be a Sagittarian type of energy you might be dealing with. You might be trying to help this person get to a goal or get to a place or meet some sort of expectation that they may have had for themselves. You're helping them kind of get that. You're pushing that. You're sort of being that vehicle for them, you know? And the knights are ruled by, the warriors are ruled by the chariot, right? So this is talking about you wanting to see yourself get somewhere. You want to elevate your experience, or you want to help someone elevate their experience or get them to a new place, you know, spiritually, you know, by kind of like having this thing happen. You know, it's going to lift their spirits, or, you know, it's going to take a weight off of their shoulders if this thing is expressed and helped to be expressed by way of you. It's a pentacle, so you're kind of helping someone manifest something, or maybe you need someone to help you manifest something. You know what I mean? Whatever that thing is, it's a new reality that you're trying to help someone. You want to help them, you know, build them up maybe, and get them to a place of feeling more mature or more, you know, comfortable with themselves, right? Because the warrior of vessels isn't necessarily the most comfortable with himself, although he has gotten to a place of stature, right? Because he is a knight. So he has passed the test of being a page. So he's gone through some Saturn energy already. So there's some karma here that this person might be still affected by. You might be that person. And then it's kind of like, you know, it still has its emotional imprint on you. So you need an experience that is going to help bring you out of this emotional rut that you might be in. And it could be a person, it could be a mother. Maybe some of you are mothers and you have a child that's sad, or maybe you are a child and you need to reach out to your mother, that type of thing, or someone that's trying to help nurture your experience in a very substantial way to change something for you. Because the matriarch of shields is the cardinal earth, and cardinal signs help change things. They're initiating things. So it really is saying that this warrior vessels energy is yearning for a change, right? Yearning for some help. And the matriarch of shields is just the thing to come in and have that happen. You know what I mean? Right? Okay, so the challenge and the immediate influence that you're going through is the Trail of Tears, okay? And it is the Seven of Pentacles. So it's Saturn and Taurus. That's your card. We're talking about Saturn because this warrior of vessels had to get through the tests of Saturn to even become this emotionally mature and had gone through these evolutions and all these different cycles, and you've learned a lot, and here we are, and you're trying to really make value and bring value to these experiences that have gotten you to this place of feeling like you've made it, but there's still more to be done. That's what I'm getting. And that's what this Seven of Pentacles says as well. You know, the warrior vessels, like I said, the knights are ruled by the chariot. This is a 7, so it's ruled by the chariot as well, right? Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus. And Saturn is the karmic teacher. It slows things down. It makes things pay the price, right, through the experience. So when they get to the place of, achieving something or moving forward or getting to the victory or climbing up the ladder, you really understand, you value, you appreciate what it is that you've gone through. What is your level of experience in life? Nothing comes easy. You have to work for usually the things that you value the most, right? And so, like, if you have all the money in the world, that's probably not what you value the most. You want to protect it, but what you value the most probably is real love. So then you have to really work to try to actually express and keep multiplying and duplicating love in your life so that you will actually be able to feel like you have real love in your life, because you have everything else but that. So for this Seven of Pentacles, it's saying that you might be feeling really restricted. You might be feeling like whatever it is that you feel like you're investing in, or what you want to put some energy or some time or effort into, it's just not moving quickly enough for you. You've got to ask yourself what you're doing it for. Why are you here? What is your purpose within this scenario anyway that you want to see move forward, build itself up, right? You're trying to get to a place of consistency, right? Consistency that's going to motivate you to want to do more, right? That type of thing. Because this is a 7, and the 7 is a conflict with an advantage. So it's almost like, time has shown you that there is this is worthy of you still being present and there for it. You know what I mean? The 7th house is ruled by Libra, so this has to do with being fair to yourself, and it has to also do with being fair to others that you might be in a relationship with, or anything that you might be trying to relate to. So you might be trying to relate to someone else's experience and intuitively get a sense of what it's like to be them, right? Or because the 7s are ruled by the Chariot, and that's very intuitive, empathic energy. So you might even be feeling like whatever this experience is that you're putting your energy and effort into that hasn't evolved into what it is that you want it to evolve in, you really do have to just like stay in it, right? Stay on the path that you already set out on, because it's almost like if it was like 100 miles that you were going, you're at like the 60th mile. So you're definitely past the halfway point. Actually, you're at the 70th mile. So if you turn back, you'd be going back further than you would if you were just going to continue to move forward. You know what I mean? So don't take more steps back. You want to really push this forward. Whatever it is that you are trying to bring something to, make more substantial, make more valuable. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Yeah. Okay. So you could be dealing with a Libra, right? Because this is a 7, or you could be dealing with a Cancer, definitely, because it's the Chariot energy. Fellow Taurus, Saturn is here. You know what I mean? Saturn is like not going to get anything easy, you know. Um, yeah. So it's not going to be easy for you. Oh my God. Okay. All right, get it together. Warrior of Blades. This is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is kind of like anxious to get the communication going. He wants to say stuff. He's interrupting people. He really just wants to get his point across. It's almost kind of like you might be feeling very anxious to talk to someone, right? You're really wanting to communicate. This is a very fiery energy, so you might be feeling passionate towards this communicative process that you're trying to get into. The Warrior of Blades is ruled by Mercury, right? Because that's Gemini, And then you've got the Pisces card here, the Warrior of Vessels, and that's ruled by Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces right now. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of where I was going with that. These are both mutable signs. So you really are mutable energies. So it's saying that you might have to change things up, or things may not actually go in the you know, things aren't going to go directly towards the goal that you're seeking. Ugh, the outcome or wherever you're trying to go with this, it's not going to be the way that you want it to be, the way that you anticipate it being. You know what I mean? There are going to be some challenges here because the Knights definitely face challenges, but they're up for those challenges because they've already passed tests that have shown them that they're up for the challenge. So it has to do with a level of, fortitude, and also, will and strength and agility, right? Because the warriors, the knights, they are very agile. They can change very quickly. So you have to be ready to just sort of like be mentally agile, and you have to be emotionally agile, or you just have to be more, malleable in like the way that you see things or the way that you understand things. Yeah? I feel like you might be changing your mind a lot about things, and you don't know which way you want to actually go. You know what I mean? I feel like you might be spinning around in circles in terms of like trying to do something, get something, talk about something, say something, or, offer someone something. You don't know what to do about a situation. You really want to try to like help the situation or the scenario or the circumstance, but it's almost kind of like you don't know what to do, right? I don't know why I'm saying that. Okay, so now, oh my gosh, okay, you have three warriors. So these are three knights. Who are these people? Do you have three people that are coming in? You know what I mean? That you might be feeling intimidated by the influx of interest, right? Because in the love reading that I did for you guys earlier, there was all of these three cards. Let me see. I think they're still here. I don't think that I actually shuffled the deck. So the cards that are, yeah, chemistry. You feel like you got chemistry with somebody. Somebody. It's like you have new feelings for somebody, and you're very playful with somebody else, so you're flirting. It's almost like these are the three cards that were from your love reading. So I feel like these three knights are actually people, right? That might be coming in, definitely, and it's like you don't know what to do with all of this energy. For some of you, those other messages that I said still apply. So don't forget about that. But for all of you who I'm talking about, these three cards who are people who are looking for love, it's like you got these three people coming in. One of them you actually feel something for. The other one, you have a lot of fun with, right? The Warrior of Blades. This is Gemini energy, or it's an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. You know what I mean? And if this word Gemini, this Warrior of Blades, that 1/3 of the sign before it would be Taurus. So you could also be dealing with another Taurus. This is the Warrior of Pipes, which is Sagittarius energy, definitely. Jupiter is there. You know what I mean? So Sagittarian people are very much on fire these days. So you might be feeling like, emotionally connected to a Sagittarian person. That person coming in, you know what I mean? Actually, you're emotionally connected. This person is probably the person that you've actually had sex with, and the other two maybe not. And then there's another person here that's like going through something for some of you guys, and and you just feel bad for them, and you feel like you can't help their situation get better. But you might be having chemistry with them, or they might actually be the one that you actually feel really closely emotionally connected to, right? Because some people are fun, some people are sexy, and some people are, nurturing and understanding. Because the fun person may not be nurturing like this watery person is, right? The Warrior of Vessels. And the Warrior of Vessels is nurturing, but he can't have fun, like the Warrior of Blades. And the Warrior of Blades can have fun, but he's not necessarily as good in bed as the Warrior of Pipes. Of pipes, honey. Oh, honey. Okay. So listen, that's that. But you definitely are changing. There's different things happening. You may not be seeing any of these relationships going anywhere. Some of you guys. Who is this? Ook. Ooh. Let me go ahead and flip over the rest of these cards, you guys. I'm so glad that I'm finally doing your reading. Your Mars is in Taurus. Mars was just in Taurus. It's in Gemini now. So let me go ahead and flip over the rest of these cards. I'm going to leave the future cards flipped down until I read the rest. Okay. Okay. All right, you got some other folks up in here too. Okay. All right, so the Chief of Vessels, which is the actual King of Cups, is in the past. So you might be feeling emotionally drained from a relationship that you may have dealt with a person. You're a Taurus, so it could be a Scorpio that you might be dealing with, or you had dealt with in the past. The Chief of Vessel is, he's emotionally he's emotionally withdrawn. He's feeling the emotions, but he's emotionally withdrawn. So you may have been feeling with someone that was feeling a lot of things in the past, but they were emotionally withdrawn. They didn't really want to express their emotions. They didn't even really want to talk about their emotions. This person was reliable and they were dependable, and you had very close depth. I mean, you had a very in-depth emotionally in-depth relationship with them, but maybe they were just too overprotective, or maybe they were too controlling, and maybe you had to get away from them, or maybe they left. That's what I'm getting from this card. This is also someone that, this probably was a toxic person. You know what I mean? So you weren't really that sad when they did leave, that type of thing. This is somebody that also will try to control or manipulate. Maybe you were dealing with somebody that was very manipulative in the past, somebody that was just kind of like not right. They just were like, maybe heartless, or maybe they were a little bit cold to you in the past, this person. I don't know, and maybe that's why you're not necessarily ready to jump through hoops for all these other people that might be around, because you went through something in the past, you know what I mean, that type of thing, and you're just not ready to necessarily commit. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, anyway, let me look at this medicine woman who is actually Venus, which is your ruling planet. She's in the anxieties. So some of you might be having some anxieties in the ways of, the 3 is talking about multiplicity. It's talking about things coming into form. Maybe you okay, here we go. So this Chief of Vessels person in the past is looking down towards the medicine woman, right? It's almost like this person left you in the past to kind of just deal with you and deal with the anxieties that they sort of like left you with. And then it's kind of like you are healing from something, right, involving this person, but you're using like the beauty in your life that you naturally embody to kind of like help you get through whatever it is that you're going through. So you're sort of like birthing a new reality. Okay, you have anxieties about birthing a new reality with someone. I feel like you have an anxiety in terms of like forming a relationship with someone, or maybe you have anxieties about like children, or maybe because the medicine woman is the Empress, and the Empress is pregnant and she's a mother. She embodies abundance, fertility, and the ability to create love, and the ability to create more beauty from herself. So that's what you're having anxieties about, what your capabilities are. You have anxieties about relying on yourself. in allowing what you already have and what you already embody, what has already been gifted to you naturally by the divine, by God, right? Because she's connected to the high priestess. So there's divine energy that is actually feeding into her. Okay? So this energy is feeding into you, but you're having anxieties about it, about some of you mothers out there. You have anxieties about being a good mother and what it means to actually be that. You know, it's always different. That's why these mutable cards are here, because it's like there's a different way to do everything. You know what I mean? Also, some of you are just kind of like trying to figure out what it is that you are good at and what it is that you want to kind of like practice so that you can like create more beauty in your life, more pleasure, more, you're looking for security in terms of like security of yourself, like feeling secure, self-sufficient, right? Because the medicine woman is self-sufficient. Some of you might be feeling, you might be scared or be worried about whether or not you can be self-sufficient. Can you make things and create things for yourself, from yourself, without the help of other people, right? It's like you are everything that you want to be. You know what I mean? You are everything that is around you. You know what I mean? Take from your environment, right? There's so many things that you are capable of. You have so much abundance inside of you. You need to express that. You know what I mean? Don't hold back, right? You do have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is the Trail of Tears, which is Saturn, restricting you and making you feel like you can't be more productive in your life or you can't move forward past the point that you've already gotten to. You know what I mean? Because you have accumulated things and you've gotten to this place of like feeling like there is growth, but it's kind of like you need to see a little bit more growth for you to really step confidently into this role that you already embody and that you already have been playing. It's kind of like you've got to let time help you. You've got to let patience help you because we have just slowed down from the Aries season coming into Taurus season. When we come into Taurus season, we're thinking about security. You're thinking about what matters to you. You're thinking about, like what it is that you want to create. Some of you might even want to, have children and you're wondering like if that is actually something for you. Okay. You have the Chief of Shields. They're telling me to move on. You have the Chief of Shields in your Mars position, okay? And the Chief of Shields is the King of Pentacles. Now, this is your energy right there because the Chief of Shields is fixed Earth, and you are fixed Earth, okay? So this is saying that you might be feeling protective of yourself. You might be feeling protective of the things that you have built, of your money as well. This is Mars here, and Mars is kind of like he initiates things. Sometimes he's the aggressor, and this is just kind of saying that you are going to be implementing these changes, right? That are going to be long lasting. Okay, so you're trying to make sure that you are smart about the choices that you make and the decisions. You want to make sure that you are saving things, you're storing things away. Oh God, money. Really, you're just trying to be more financially independent, right? Because you have relied on other people in the past, or you have relied on help in the past, and you have anxieties that you may not have the same help or the same assistance, or you may not have the same income that you had once before. You may be taking a new job or you might be taking a new position or something. I don't know. That might be it for some of you guys. The Chief of Shields definitely wants to build, wants to make things stable. That's what you're feeling. I feel like, if there are people here in this reading that you might be needing to, you know, try to nurture that relationship. Maybe that's what this is talking about too. Maybe you need to nurture some relationships with some people, and that's why all of these people are here. The warrior of vessels, the warrior of pipes, the warrior of blades, the chief of vessels is in the past, so this person has influenced how you are behaving now in your future. How are you responding to archetypes that represent this person who was kind of toxic for you in the past? Are you recognizing some of those things in these people? And that has slowed things down for you in terms of seeing the productivity in this relationship that you've started to kind of like put some energy and time and effort into to see where it goes. You have anxieties about relationships for sure because the medicine woman Venus is in your anxieties position. The chief of shields is saying that you might just be trying to focus on you, focus on work, focus on money, getting things done. Like I said, you could have been dealing with another Taurus too as well. Hmm. Okay, so maybe somebody left you behind in the past and moved on to someone that could have been an earth sign for some of you. In your Venus position here, you have the Trapper, which is the Two of Wands. And this is talking about really just making a bold decision, really stepping into that place of identity and doing things for yourself. Right? It's almost like you might be having a bold plan and you might be planning things with another person. You might be deciding finally to be with somebody, or this could just be you depending on yourself and making a choice to depend on yourself and going on it alone, and just trying to really be aggressive and more assertive in you implementing your own change, right? You implementing your own balance, you bringing balance into your life, you bringing more understanding. There's like something that you're revealing to yourself through this decision that you might be making. And I'm getting final decision as well, because it's kind of like the chief of shields is, he's the last card in terms of the court cards, right? So he's the most progressed person, the oldest person, the most mature, the one that makes the best decisions, and he's making the best decisions for the greater good, right? So you're going to be making this decision for your greater good and probably for the greater good of other people, right? So I'm getting good energy from this. You're just having anxieties on like really owning up to who you are, right? Just be who you are. Meaning like strong. Because medicine woman is very strong. And three is a very strong number. It's a very strong shape. It's talking about intuition, it's talking about spirituality as well. Because these are things that come into form by way of your spirituality uh, inspiring you, right? And that's where you create things from that, the inspiration, right? And then it comes out of you. It's very divine. It's very like godlike, right? Because you are a godly being, right? You were created by some divine force from somewhere that we cannot control, we cannot touch, and we cannot see. But it has instilled in us, right, all of these things that we have manifested from that divine spirit that you can now express from you yourself, something that has been manifested and brought down to earth, and you can now be that vehicle. And the Seven of Pentacles is talking about that. You have anxieties being the vehicle that's going to bring about the change. Okay? And it's saying that you just have to adapt to things and be able to move and strategize, because everything around you is always constantly changing. So you, therefore, are constantly changing as well. Okay? Even though you're staying, fixed, and some things that work because you need comfort, you need that reliability, and those things are still there. But it's saying that you need to be able to allow yourself to adapt to the forces of nature that are divinely ordained, right? Okay. Let me look at these other cards for you. This is getting kind of deep now. You know, the first few messages in this reading were saying what they were saying, you know, because I just started saying stuff. You got a couple, we got one more person here, and then you have some other cards. All right, this one is okay. Mm. So now, in the past, the Chief of Vessels, that Scorpio energy. It could be a Libra, but that's Scorpio or Libra energy. Maybe it could be a Libra Scorpio cusp, or it could be a Scorpio person who's influencing this past experience that you were dealing with. Okay, it could be a Cancer or a Pisces, but I'm getting Scorpio because you're a Taurus, you know, and that's just naturally coming to me. Um, Okay, so you have the Nine of Pentacles in your future placement, and this is Venus and Virgo. Virgo is talking about motivation. So your motivation is going to be up. It's almost like you're going to be relating to this experience that you are involved in. You're going to be becoming more satisfied with yourself, definitely, when you choose to stay with that which you have already attached yourself to by way of karma, or karma has attached you to whatever this thing is that you are relating to, that is a part of your reality because it is a pentacle. Okay? Um, And this nine is definitely a progression from the seven. And that's your way out of the conflict. So it's a conflict with an advantage as the challenge here, right? And then going into the future, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, which means that a cycle, there has been some evolution. There have been some things that may have been revealed to you that now you appreciate, that maybe now you value. There are some cycles that have been completing. Maybe you have a greater understanding. Maybe you have had some epiphanies about some things, and now you really do understand a reality. You really are relating to the experience in a different way now. You're relating to the experience in a way that is showing you like how the fabric of your life has been enhanced by this epiphany that you have had, and you've allowed yourself to be influenced by and to express some part of yourself that is actually going to, you know, build, cultivate, multiply, and like diversify this experience for you. I'm getting that. You know, it's bringing about more stability, and it's kind of like you are recommitting yourself to something. Um, yes. And it has to do with putting the ego and the pride aside and understanding that it is the will that really needs to be expressed here, and not the will of the ego or the pride of the ego, but it really is the will of the heart, right? That's what we're thinking about. We're thinking head and we're thinking heart. Okay? So now, at the bottom of the reading, which is the outcome and the energy moving forward, you have the Maiden of Blades. So this is the Page of Swords. This is you in the future engaging in conversation, trying to learn more, asking questions. Uh, Also, you could be trying to seek out the truth. Could be trying to learn more of the truth about something. You know, you're trying to make these decisions within your relationships that are going to bring about new, stable, more diverse realities. I've already said that, but you're still trying to learn within the experience. You have a ways to go in terms of understanding these new phases that you're going into. Um, you know, it's like you have a sharp mind. You're willing to be there for the process. Okay, you're willing to learn more from the process. This Maiden of Blades could be a child in the future, or this could be some kind of conversation with a child, Or this could be like, hold on. Yes. This is new truths, new ideas, new concepts that you're going to be, experiencing. So it's going to be a fresh take, fresh idea. What am I thinking? I'm thinking, what was that old cover girl saying? Something, fresh face to the world. I don't know. I'm getting fresh face to the world. Okay? Maybe that's what they're telling me. You guys. Fresh face to the world. So this is kind of you like stepping out with a fresh face to the world in the future. Okay? 5, cultivation. Oh my gosh, I said that like a couple minutes ago. You're cultivating something. Yeah, and it's this isn't as bad as the 5 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck, right? Because to me, the 5 of Pentacles is really about cultivation. How are you going to make something? So, right? Because the 5s are ruled by the Hierophant. That's you. That's Taurus energy. This is a 5, and it is Mercury in Taurus. It is the psychological process, the mind, right? The inspiration in spirit. And then it's the processing of that thought that comes down. It is what you make of it, it is how you see it. You know what I mean? You could also kind of like be dealing with a situation where you don't know if it's going to get any better because you just feel like it's a conflict. Well, you can make the right decision. You can make the choices to take it out of this mode of being a conflict. And you can try to cultivate something out of this because now it's an understanding and now it's a knowing. What are you actually being taught here within this conflict that really is something substantial for you? Is it money? Is it work? Is it business? Is it commitments that you might have to family? Is it commitments that you might have to your relationships that you might be involved in? Right? You could be experiencing some kind of blow to your spirit or to your ego because something may not be working out for you, or you might be feeling let down by something that didn't actually fully become what you had hoped that it would. Okay? This is saying that you are being shown something by God, the divine spirit, right? You're being told something, but you have to listen to what that thing is, right? Listen closely, because it really does have real meaning. There's an understanding that has to take place for there to be more creative energy that can be used to cultivate this new understanding of who you are going to be moving forward. Fresh face to the world. Okay? That's what this reading is going to be called. I have a great relationship with the owner of the business I work for, yet I need to run something myself and I'll never do it there. Okay, honey, exactly. Because it's like, do you believe that you can make it? That's what the 5 of Pentacles is talking about. Do you think that it can be? Do you know how to make it better? Can you believe in your spirit? Do you understand how committed to your ego you have to be, to your will? You have to feed it. You do have to feed the ego. You know what I mean? And you might be restricting yourself from that spiritual luxury of being able to feed your ego. You know? I feel like you want to begin a new process, a new phase. It definitely has to do with money. It definitely has to do with creating things. It definitely has to do with stability. It definitely has to do with things that may be challenging you that you could be facing as not obstacles, but intimidations, wanting to move forward. But then there are all of these different responsibilities that you feel like you are attached to, or you might be feeling responsible towards certain people's experiences or the way that they do things, right? Or they could be influencing you to, they could be distracting you. Other people could be distracting you from being able to cultivate this new reality and make these decisions to change things for yourself. You do want to change things and make it lasting, right? Lasting changes, right? Truth in lasting changes as well. We love that. We love that shit. Truth and lasting changes, honey. Let me pull a couple cards from the Lenormand deck for you guys. I know not very many people will like the readings. They don't really hit that button that often, so I'm gonna stop saying it. Yeah, because mutable energy is sort of distracting, you know, because it's always changing. You know, it's the organized chaos, right? That's more so Virgo energy. Um, Gemini as well, but it kind of has that feeling of organized chaos. I don't have any Taurus in my chart, you guys, but I came from one. All right, let me give you these last three cards before I go. It's not that late, but I taught 5 Pilates classes tonight, you guys. Damn. It gets crazy. All that talking. Are you familiar with the Mandela effect? Everything changes. Honey, everything always changes, right? I have to look that up. It kind of sounds scary for me to look up right now. It's late. Like, you know how they are with those things. Doom, doom, doom. The Mandela chain. Right? I ain't trying to be scared. Oh, I've been binging Murder, She Wrote. I'll be fine. That's what everybody always says. The last time somebody said I'd be fine. Oh yeah, history always changes, right? Do you guys have any comments on the reading? Meaning, like, did anything resonate with you? Did anything stick out for you? Because, you know, sometimes I don't even really look at what's being said because the camera is literally like 3 feet away from me. Right? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut it 3 times. This is Lenormand. Now, these cards are very strong. I'm still getting, oh, yes, the sun. Talking about that ego, talking about that pride. This is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It's the creativity, sparking new change, new awareness, illuminating something inside of you, illuminating everything, right? Taking pride in who you are. This is a beautiful card, up close and far away, honey. Right? Oh, thank you for the sub, the subscription. This is like the most positive card, darling. This is also third eye energy. Look, you know who you are. Don't dream it, be it. Oh, there's a third eye. You're struggling with finding your purpose and passion so I can finally flourish. Hell yeah, baby. You know? What do you like to do? What are you interested in? Do you like babies? Do you like clothes? Do you like animals? Do you like music? Do you like hospitality? Do you make things? Is there something that you've always created? There's some people that are good at so many things, at some things, like so great at them, but they never do that thing. And then they'll do it that one time, and people are like, oh my God, it's amazing. Why aren't you doing this? And they're like, well, I don't know. You know, you got to do that because who else is going to do it? Who else is going to do that? What if Winston Marsalis decided he didn't want to play the trumpet? Damn, we wouldn't have any of that. You know what I mean? What if Barack Obama gave up on running for president before he even started? You know what I mean? I've been making some major changes, you guys. Venus was the ruler of these last 2 full moons, right? Now we're in Taurus season, and Venus is in Aries. That's still your ruling planet. But the fact that she's in the 12th house, the sign behind you, that means that there's still some things that haven't been revealed to you yet that might have to do with, what might be asserting, the energy that might be asserting itself in your life right now. Venus is doing something for you, and she's asserting something, but behind the scenes, right? And it's going to bring more pleasure and more, I'm getting pleasure principle. Okay, Janet Jackson. It's going to bring more pleasure into your life. You're going to appreciate your life more. You're going to find more a new purpose in your life once you start, really be authentically you. Because the sun is talking about being authentically you. You know what I mean? These don't really come up, these aren't really cards that are reversed. But this is saying being authentically you, that's going to give you exactly what you want. And it's going to be exactly what you need in life. I have Aries in your rising and Venus. Okay, wow. Venus in Aries and your rising is Aries. Damn, that's good. We were just all up in your energy. The sun is exalted in Aries, but you can see here, you might be dealing with a Leo, right? But there it is. There's that Leo symbol right there. Okay, let me flip over the rest of the other two. Oh, communication. Some of you need to spark some communication. It's kind of like you can cultivate new relationships that are going to be working relationships, like networking. Do that. Make a conscious choice to, initiate conversations, look for information, you know, go to events if you can, that type of thing. This is saying that you're going to receive a call, a text, an email, a voice message about something. And it could be a Gemini. It could also be a Libra or a Venus ruled person. It definitely is talking about a choice to move forward with something. This communication is going to have you make a decision to make a choice to move forward with something, and it's going to illuminate something for you, okay? Right? Yes, definitely. There's movement forward. It's the awareness of something too. And this could be an opportunity as well, because this one is, the first sign I think of is Aries, right? And then I also think of the magician with this one. But this is the rider. It's the first card in the Lenormand fortune telling deck. And this is talking about, someone that might be excited, somebody enthusiastic to move forward, right? This is a lot of energy here. You feel it, right? You just want to be prepared. It's okay. But sometimes, this is not necessarily somebody that's prepared. This is somebody that all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, because it's the one. It's Aries energy. Bam! All of a sudden, this horse just started moving forward, right? And there's energy. You can feel, you can see it moving. So, it's a positive card. It's not a negative card. It's the awareness, it's the focus, it's the truth about something, it's the insight about something, and it's Mercury. So it's talking about travel, right? It's talking about movement, and you might be dodging some things while you're moving. Definitely awareness, definitely change of focus, definitely receiving this information that is going to, you might be receiving the information for another job, or you might be receiving the information for another opportunity that involves a job, but you implementing or you providing different levels, different creative capabilities to this new situation, this new project that you might be involved in, or this new job. Okay? And this is going to bring more energy to you. It's going to be a good blow to your ego, or this could just be you communicating with a young sporty man, or somebody, a gentleman might be communicating with you, and that just might illuminate something for you. that might show you, you know, where it might help you be more creative. Also, it has to do with family. You know, the sun has to do with family and friends, um, children, that type of thing. I'm just trying to give you guys as much as I can because there's a lot of people that watch these videos. I see you traveling. Definitely. Maybe going on a trip or something for some of you guys. I think that we are going to end the reading here. I love y'all and I really appreciate you watching this video. I am so tired and I've been in my feelings, but it's okay. You know, I can deal with it. I think that it's just the Libra full moons and it's like the Providence Tarot. Don't forget to check out the Mandela Effect. You won't be sorry by a shift. Okay. Okay, I won't forget to check it out. You know, I have definitely been, you know, exercising my power in terms of creating healthy boundaries with people. You know, let me see. What you say? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, follow on Instagram, Providence Tarot. I'm also NYC Kendrick and Kendrick NYC. Have a food account. It's called the Tongue Pop. Beautiful food. I read at Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery on Sundays from 12 to 4. It's at 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. Uh, you know, let me know how you guys are doing. Respond, comment on the videos. You know, I always try to get back to everybody. I'll try to do more content and things like that. You know, I like to throw a dance on every now and then. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a good night, Taurus. And happy birthday season. There are many messages within this reading, okay? Bye, you guys. Let's close it out.